Top 5 things you need to know if you go to prison. Hopefully none of you do, but if you do, and you're new to prison, here's some things you need to know.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Number 1 is act accordingly. And that means when you go in there, don't be having your chest all puffed out like you're a tough guy or something. You might want to try not to act scared too. I was scared shitless when I went to prison. But treat everybody with respect. You're going to have to, man. Respect's a big thing in prison. And the little thing that they take as disrespect can turn into a big issue for you. So just, treat everybody with respect. If you accidentally bump into somebody, say, hey man, my bad, I'm sorry, whatever. Because if you don't, you bump into somebody and you don't apologize, they take that very seriously. Number 2, don't borrow anything. This shouldn't even have to be said. It's been said a million times by other YouTubers, by everybody. They'll even tell you that when you get to prison. Don't borrow anything. Really not the thing like you always hear about the candy bar on the bunk or whatever. It's nothing really like that, at least not in Missouri. But somebody will say, hey man, I know you just got here, man. Would you like this or that? Don't take it. Because they're trying to set you up, and they may tell you when you try to pay them back later, that ain't what I'm wanting back. And go for anything as small as a cigarette. And of course, they don't got smoking in Missouri prisons anymore, but any little thing, don't borrow it. Now, after you've been there for a while and you got to know some people, made some friends and that you can trust and stuff, then you can get things from them, just like you can give them things, But that's going to be a walk down the road. When you first get there and you don't know anybody, don't accept anything from anybody. Another one, number 3, that shouldn't have to be said, is don't go into debt. Now, if you've been there a while and been established a little bit, it's a little bit different. But you still, even if you've been there for a long time, you still don't want to go into debt. People say, yeah, if you don't pay your debt, they'll come after those cheeks. And that's possible that somebody might do that. But most of the time, it's going to end up in a fight or a stabbing if you don't pay. A lot of times, the poker table, they're waiting on new guys to come in. And what you don't realize, you're playing against everybody at that table, pretty much. And they're trying to put you in debt. And usually a store man is a good guy. He's just trying to make money. He thinks you're trying to get over on him, he's going to deal with it. He may even give you a break, but he can only give you so many breaks because other people are watching. And if you're not paying your debt back, then other people are going to be thinking that they can get over on him and not pay. So he's got to do something. He has to. He may not even want to. I think I told the story where this store man didn't want to do something. He gave this guy all kinds of breaks. Man, too many if you ask me. He finally had to deal with it. A little too late if you ask me, but he did take care of it, but he was getting flack from everybody. Next one is set the tone on how you want to do your time and be treated. There are some people, especially young people in prison, they horseplay a lot. I really wasn't into that. I had one cellie, his partner of mine, he's like a brother to me, and we would wrestle around once in a while in the cell, but it's not a good thing to do really because you could accidentally hurt one another in the cell. And according to him, I did accidentally hurt him. He claims I broke his collarbone. I think he already had it back. The point is, all that horse playing many times will lead to a fight. I've seen it happen many times. And me and some old heads, right before I got out, years before I got out, there was a thing going around where people, if they caught you, one of their partners sitting on the ground, they would teabag them. What they call teabag them, stand over them with, and me and some of the other ones that's been down for a while, you do that to me, and I'm sticking you. I'm going to put a piece of steel in you. And one of them was my workout partner. He said, man, it's not that serious, man. We're just playing. It is that serious. Trust me. Do not do that, man. I'm asking you politely, do not do that. I do not play like that. He says, okay, man. He goes, but it's not that serious. It is to me. And apparently it was that serious to others too, because they said the same thing to him. So what you want to do is just, if you don't horse around, play, treat everybody like you want to be treated. If they start wanting to horseplay with you or do something you don't like, say, man, I'm not into that, man. Just knock that out right now. Nip it in the bud before it goes too far. And finally, I have to say, it kind of goes with number 4, but be the same every day. Be the same every day, man. Sometimes you'll wake up in a bad mood and stuff, but you don't want to go out into the day room or out in the yard with that bad attitude. It can get you hurt. You could get into something that you don't even realize and you're getting into. Do not do that. Try to be the same every day. And there's been many times I woke up wrong side of bed or something, but I did not take it out on anybody out on the yard or anything. I didn't take it out on my celly or anything like that. Somebody may ask you, say, man, what's going on with you or something? You say, man, I'm just having a bad day, you know, whatever. You don't have to snap on them or anything. Usually I would tell my celly, hey, man, I'm in a bad mood today, man, you know, and he's all right. And he would tell me, he told me the same thing. Just try to be the same every day. You know, I'm not saying you have to be happy-go-lucky or whatever. Just be consistent every day of how you are. That way people know what to expect from you. And one day, you know, if you're a quiet person or outgoing person and all of a sudden you come out there and you got a bad attitude, somebody's going to want to check. They don't care about you having a bad day. Some of them are just looking for an excuse to have a fight. It gets monotonous in prison, and sometimes people, you know, fight to them is passing time. The hole is just another place in prison. Try to be the same every day. And somebody asked, well, why are you telling us something that we already know? Because somebody asked me about this. He said, I may be going to prison. What should I know? Well, I can't. You know, prisons are different in different states, and even within the same state. So this video is, and it may be different in other states. I'm just telling you from my experience here. If those of you who are the person who's wanting to know, and if any others want to know, here you go, man. But here's the better thing. Here's the best thing. Just don't go to prison. Don't do anything to get yourself put in prison. Enjoy your freedom out here, man. It sucks being in prison. And for a number of reasons. The stress every day, surviving one day to the next, being told what to do, missing out on birthdays, holidays, and all this and that. You don't want none of that. Enjoy your freedom out here. Instead of asking what to do when I go to prison, just don't do anything to get yourself put in prison. That's the best thing. I thank you for watching. See you next time.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust.